Credit scores, right. It's like they're this big mystery.
Yeah, like a secret code you need to crack.
Exactly. But what if we could actually, like, break it all down, make it make sense?
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
We're talking credit scores. And to help us out, we're taking a deep dive into this YouTube video by Graham Stephan. He's like this finance guru.
Oh, yeah. I've seen his stuff. He knows his stuff.
So anyone listening probably knows, like, good credit is important.
It's not just about bragging rights. Having good credit can be life-changing. Seriously.
Right. Lower interest rates on loans, better chances of getting approved for that apartment you want.
That's where understanding those 5, what they call key factors,
Yeah,
comes in.
and Graham does a really good job at breaking them all down, which I appreciate. So first up, on-time payments. This one's huge GE, like 35% of your score. So then there's this whole credit utilization thing, and that's like another 30% of your score. This one always kind of confused me. Then you've got credit age, which basically means the longer you've had credit, the better.
Which is why it's good to start building credit young, if you can.
Exactly. And lastly, we've got hard inquiries.
Ah, those pesky hard inquiries.
What? Little dings on your credit score. So that's the credit score breakdown in a nutshell. But here's the thing about Graham. He doesn't just talk. Remember the title of his video? How to Get a Perfect Credit Score.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this guy actually walks the walk.
He does have an insanely good score, doesn't he?
847.
Wow. Like he's playing a whole different game than the rest of us.
Right. He's like the Michael Jordan of credit scores. But here's the thing. You don't have to be Graham Stephan to improve your credit. You don't need a perfect score to make a big difference in your financial life.
No financial worries.
Nope. Turns out he actually got rejected for a mortgage when he was just 21. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it looks like.
So no late payments, obviously. Utilization rate, get this, 0 to 1%.
He's not even using credit, it sounds like.
Well, he uses it, but he pays it off right away, like before the due date even hits.
So strategic. That's next level.
Right. And his oldest credit account, over 12 years old.
He's definitely on the extreme end of the spectrum.
But he does have some really solid advice that anyone can use, even if you're just starting out.
Like what?
Well, he talks a lot about treating your credit card like a debit card.
That's a good one. That way you avoid those nasty interest charges.
Which brings us to another one of Graham's golden rules. Always pay your credit card balance in full and on time.
Seems obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do that. I always thought it was better to just stick with one.
Well, it can actually help your credit score, believe it or not.
How so?
It's all about that credit utilization.
So moderation is key.
Exactly. And speaking of things that can sneak up on you, Graham shared some really interesting tips about things that you might not even realize can affect your credit score. Adding you as an authorized user to their account can actually give your score a boost.
It's like a shortcut to building credit, but you got to be careful with it.
How so? Yeah.
Even your rent payments sometimes.
No way.
Yep. So if you're paying those on time, consistently.
It's like you're finally getting credit for being a responsible adult.
Exactly. It can actually boost your Experian credit score.
But Graham's point is one late payment shouldn't ruin your credit forever.
Right. And there are things you can do to mitigate the damage.
And you can totally take control of your credit score and your financial future. Just remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Right.
Small, consistent habits make a big difference in the long run. So if you're just starting out, don't get discouraged. Just take it one step at a time and you'll get there.
Absolutely. And on that note, I think we've covered some great ground today.
Totally. Well, on that note, thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.